Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Amazight bait show, y'all. Come and get some knowledge about your birthrights, y'all. Open up your mind, let it take flight. I guarantee we'll have you sit right, y'all. Welcome to the Amazight bait show, y'all. Come and get some knowledge about your birthrights, y'all. Open up your mind, let it take flight. I guarantee we'll have you sit right, y'all.
All right. All liberty reserved. All rights reserved. Welcome to the Amazight Bay Show, where we talk about Aboriginal news and facts. You hear me? All honest to all prophets, all honest to Prophet Noah Ali, all honest to all groups of people, all different nationalities, all honest to all mothers, all answers to seen and all seen and hidden and unseen. You know, all that good stuff like that there. So check this out, you hear me? You got another Amazight based show, you hear me? Where we talk about everything that's important to the Aboriginal indigenous people that has been classified as black, nigger, Negro, African American, Puerto Rican, Latino, Jamaican, Trinidadian, all the melanated people that's lost, you hear me, on American continent, so-called American continent, which is a maxim. So the name of the show is Ask a Real Grand Sheik. I'm going to say this again. The name of the show is Ask a Real Grand Sheik of a Moorish Science Temple of America, ETC, the Moorish Divine National Movement, ETC, the Canaanland Temple, ETC, Moorish Holy Temple of Science. You have a real Grand Sheik, you heard me? A real Grand Sheik, you heard me? My Grand Sheik, Cujo Ottawa L. Islam more.
Peace and love, more.
What's up, man?
Yo, you already know everything's good. Just enjoying the holy day. You know how it goes.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all Moors everywhere, all Muslims everywhere. You feel me? Happy holy day. Once again, we already know what it's hitting for. So you need to tweet a friend and call a friend because a real Grand Sheik is on the line. We calling all active Moors. Our active Moors, go ahead and tweet a friend, show a friend. The tweeter is the twit, the Google, the everything is oh my goodness, going crazy. They got a riot. That's going on. And let me check out some kind of city. Tomorrow they will also be speaking. Okay, so they got some riots. So I'm gonna get to the family on that. A riot has broken out somewhere. Amor just sent me the link. Okay. So anyway, so the topic of the show is Ask a Real Grand Sheik. So if you had any questions to ask a real Grand Sheik, and a Grand Sheik is basically matter of fact, that could be one of your questions. What is a Grand Sheik? But this is Ask a Real Grand Sheik Part 3, if I ain't mistaken. So we did 1 and 2. So that should be cleared up with our archive. But a Grand Sheik is a leader that's empowered to make laws and interpret laws and customs. Also, the Grand Sheik actually works for the people. You feel me? He works for the people. So basically, person in power that's not biased, that's not sentimental to people attitudes. They deal straight up on principles and principles alone. It don't matter who your mom is, who your daddy is, because guess what? We come from the same mother. So if you ain't tweet this to your friend, I don't know what y'all doing, but this is the hottest blog talk show, and you can press 1 on your telephone pad. You can press 1 on your telephone pad if you would like to ask a real Grand Sheik. Now, don't be afraid to ask a question. We did a show 2 days ago called I Don't Know, you heard me? So not I don't know, you heard me. You know, I say you heard me, but I don't know. So go ahead and press 1 on your telephone pad. This is your first time on a broadcast. Don't be afraid to ask a real Grand Sheik. You have a real Grand Sheik that represents the movement and also represent one of the organizations which is interlocking with the Moorish Divine National Movement. So go ahead and press 1 on your telephone pad. We packing them in right now. It's slow. I don't know why. Maybe because the time different, but it's cool. You feel me? So you want to open up with something, man, Grand Sheik, because they coming in slow right now, and they don't have their hands raised right now.
Well, Islam, we just want to, first of all, acknowledge all the Moors worldwide. Want to give acknowledgement to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and to the forerunner, Marcus Garvey, for doing the good work that they did in order to get us in the right state of mind so we could comprehend what's going on in these last days. You know, but because everything is a cycle, that means beginning days are coming around again. So Islam to all. With regard to the Grand Sheik, since you put that as the first question, we'll address that or some aspects of that. When we look at the presentation of the Moorish Divine and National Movement, which includes Old Canaanite Temple, Moorish Holy Temple of Science, and Moorish Science Temple of America. The people who were anointed to be the heads of the movement, their duty was to take what Noble Drew Ali got and present it to the people, because the individuals who were around Noble Drew Ali when he was the figurehead of the movement, these individuals were his disciples, right? Being that climax or the atmosphere during that time was very volatile as far as race relations is concerned. Noble Drew Ali established something that would allow people who were classified as brought over here on a slave ship, they would have the opportunity to be redeemed, because the story goes that you did something, that's why the Most High turned his back on you and why you go through whatever it is you're going through. And our turning our back on the higher force was not honoring our foremothers and forefathers. So Noble Drew Ali, that was sent to these same classified people, he taught people around him, and the people around him were supposed to relay the message to the other people so they can correct their political position. Because during that time, it was already a fact that there was going to be a transition of power in the seats of government, and that the people classified as Negro, Black, colored people and poor whites in the future are going to be the collateral for the debt that in Noble Drew Ali's time he knew was going to come. So he put everything in place, and all the individuals around him had to do was dispense the information. Now, keep in mind, at this time, you also had Marcus Garvey UNIA movement, right, which was also set up in an organizational structure, and its purpose was to improve the Negro. When we look at later UNIA records that are hidden, you find out about a man by the name of Carlos Cooks, who Carlos Cooks took the position of implementing the things relative to a nation. Carlos Cooks was the head of the African Legion, which is the quote-unquote military for the UNIA. The African Legion wore fezzes. This is after Marcus Garvey's time. The African Legion wore black fezzes. So really they weren't African Legion, really they were Muftis. They were the Mufti force. Now, when we go back to Noble Drew Ali now, and we look at him setting up the structures around him of individuals that he was going to teach them, and their job was supposed to relay the message, we realize that if he's saying that from an Aboriginal and Indigenous perspective, that would mean that these positions that these individuals have, Grand Chief, Grand Governor, Grand Treasurer, Grand Chairman, and whatever else, these are actually governmental offices. And the duty of these offices is to administer the affairs, of the people. One sec. Sorry about that. Right? So they're supposed to handle the affairs of the people who are Negro, black, colored, that are coming into the mindset that they're not slaves anymore. They're now human beings. So when you hear in 2016 people from the post of Grand Sheik speaking like an imam or a pastor or somebody from one of these dogmatic institutions, know that that's not what this position is about. This position of Grand Sheik is about civics. It's about law. It's not about being somebody's spiritual whatever. Even though there is a post called Divine Minister in the Moorish movement. And the Divine Minister is the spiritual foundation that all the grand whatevers are supposed to have as a platform to their political position, their constitutional position. Because remember that once the people realize that they are the government, the people are going to have to elect people who would be, responsible for their affairs.